Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. First, I want to thank you for taking the time to take some questions from me. The first one is, why are you not going to run for reelection?
That's something I've been pondering, well, really since the last election. 8 years is quite a long time to serve and to give of yourself. And we had an opportunity come up this summer to acquire the radio station in town to keep it local. I've been in radio and television and newspaper print journalism since I was a teenager. And my first job, one of my first jobs, was at KWCL. And I kind of got the bug for radio again back last May when I worked the state championship baseball game and knew that Miss Irene was nearing the retirement age and she was wanting to get out. So we visited and we came to an agreement, and this all of this really worked out about last September. And we made the decision and we announced I was acquiring the radio station in the early part of November. And I had actually told my employees back then here at the city that I did not intend to seek re-election. That word got out, and several of my supporters asked me to reconsider that decision. And I told them that I had pretty much made my mind up that this was going to be the end decision. Yet, if no one ran for the election, uh, that I would serve another term, but I was not going to be involved in another political race. The polarization in politics, all the way from the national level to the local level, has gotten ridiculous. Party politics are in play no matter what level you're in, and it's hard to build a consensus. We've done a lot of good things here, yet at the same time, we've had to fight for everything we've done. And I don't, I'm just not in for that type of political fight anymore. I'm a showman at heart. I like to make people happy, as can be seen with my movie theater and now with the radio station. It's my goal to entertain, bring smiles to people's faces, and it's gotten to the point to where you can't do that in politics anymore. And I'm just to the point I'm ready to move on.
Okay. So you've been the mayor for a long time. What do you feel are your biggest accomplishments?
We've done tremendous work with our water system. Yes, we still do have brown water occasionally, yet it is in remarkable better shape than it was 8 years ago when I took office. We've done a complete rehab of the plant. Hopefully, by the time the new mayor takes office on July 1st, he'll have a brand new $1 million ground storage tank. We just opened bids for that yesterday. No, Tuesday, which is, yeah, 2 days ago on Tuesday. We opened the bids for that, hoping to go to construction phase on that before long. It was controversial, but we passed it back fall as we replicated the downtown vacant building ordinance of West Monroe. We still have one councilman who's opposed to it and trying to override that ordinance, yet he's not going to be successful in that. And we're going to see downtown come back live. It's already completely different than it was 8 years ago. We're down to only about 4 vacant buildings. And we're just excited for the future. And I'm here to work with whoever the new mayor is, whether it's Hubert Rawlinson Jr., who's qualified now, or whether it's someone else. I'm going to transition with them and have the transition be a whole lot smoother than it was for me. When I transitioned into office, I had to stand outside the theater and look to see if the mayor was down here before I could come into City Hall. Yet that's not going to be the case with whoever is elected to this office. I'm going to welcome them into the office, show them what I know, provide them advice, take them to Baton Rouge with me, and let them introduce them to the movers and shakers. Plus, they are going to inherit a lot of projects that are shovel ready, where I had to start from scratch. We received a lot of funding last year, and they're going to be able to start out the chute running where I had to crawl before I could walk.
That sounds like you've done a lot of headway for your successor, and I'm sure they will appreciate it. And with anything, you can't have light without shade. So, is there anything that you wish you could have gotten done before you step out of office?
Oh yeah, there's a lot I wish I could have gotten done. I wish I could have replaced all the lines in town and solved the water problem. Yet that's a multi-million-dollar project. Hopefully, with the American Recovery Act and the infrastructure bill that was placed, we may run into some funding before the end of this term, and that's something that the new mayor can accomplish. My biggest accomplishment, of course, is downtown, but I wish I could have done more there. I wish I could have rehabilitated the downtown park. I wish we could have acquired some buildings that we could have turned into commercial space. Yet you're not able to accomplish everything you want anytime. Yet I'm very satisfied with the success that we've had in this office, and think that the whoever the new mayor is in a lot better position than I was 8 years ago.
Okay. Now, what do you want to accomplish before you get out the door? Because I know you're not going to leave the office until what, July?
Well, number one, I want to see that the ground storage tank is well underway to be completed before we leave. I would like to, in this next legislative session, we're going to be down there. We're going to be lobbying hard to, just like we always have, to try and bring as much money back to West Carroll Parish as we possibly can, whether it be for the town, the parish. But I'm an advocate for the entire region, um, and just like to see tie up some loose ends that we have here and see that the next mayor is set to take off and roll.
Okay. And what do you hope that the next person can do for Oak Grove?
I hope they come in and are progressive minded, that they're not satisfied with the status quo and can see outside of the box and get involved regionally, whether it's with the Delta leaders, the Delta Regional Authority. Get out. The previous mayor was an older gentleman, and he was not big on networking. I hope whoever the new mayor is will continue my legacy of spreading the story of Oak Grove at the local level, the regional level, state level, and the national level. It's always been a joy of mine to go out and share our story from Oak Grove to Washington, D.C., to Los Angeles, California, and anywhere in between.
All right. And is there anything that you would like to tell your constituents that may be a little upset that you're leaving?
Number one, I want to thank them for the opportunity they've given me. It has been the pleasure of a lifetime to serve in this office. It was always a dream of mine. Mayor Dumas, before he passed away, always told me that I was going to be the one to replace him. It just took 12 years longer than we expected for that to happen. Uh, and and I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going a couple blocks down the street. I'm going to be with you every morning until we find somebody. I'm going to be with you every afternoon from 4 to 5 in the afternoon drive. The movie theater's still going to be open. Uh, and I'm going to continue to advocate for this town, no matter what position I'm in. And I look forward to serving alongside with the new mayor and serve more in a symbolic role to not constantly get beat up on Facebook and the other social media, which have now become part of life as a politician, and to go back to being a private citizen. That's what I'm looking forward to, and to still serve our community and spread our story and see that we are that bright, shining city on a hill that we have the potential to be. And you never can tell. I may be back 4 years from now. As Walter Cronkite said, old reporters don't retire; they go on extended assignments. And this is just going to be a 4 year assignment. You may see me back. So,
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds positive. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
just again, thank you to the citizens for their support, and I look forward to these next 6 months to continue to serve you, and for the foreseeable future to serve you on the all new Mix 96.
All right. And one last thing before I let you go. What's the first thing you're going to do on the day after you're no longer the mayor?
Probably go on vacation and have my toes in the water and tail in the sand.
There you go. That sounds like a good plan. Well, I wish you the best, and I thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. You have a great day.
All right, you too.